Welcome, friends. Welcome back to My Hobby Home. If you are new, thank you so much for joining us. We are so happy you are here. And if you are not new, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you come back and join me for what I am doing today. My name is Cathy, and today I am starting. Y'all remember that beautiful Bella Rose Advent box I got? I am starting the mystery project that was in the box. I believe it was a 12 Days of Christmas mystery project. What we are working on today, the first block is an M block in a 4-patch. So I am very excited to get started with this. I see that M, so I know it's going to have to be Merry Christmas. And we are doing a 4-patch. So let me just show you what I have here. I needed a red and a background for the letters. So I've got red and background. I have enough for 2 here. And then I have a red and green for the 4-patch. So we are just going to get started here, making what we need to make here. And of course, since this came in the Advent box, I don't know if you can still get the Advent box. I know after I had gotten mine, they were still selling them. So we are just going to get into it now. For the M, we are making 2 of those. And for the 4 patches, we are making 84 of those. So yes, we're going to be doing the things. Let's see. First thing we are doing is going to make a flying geese with our letter pattern, our red lettering fabric. Now, if y'all know how to make flying geese, you just start on the left side and you put your little square on your rectangle and you sew it from corner to corner of your background. So I grab a little piece of fabric out of my stash there. And I'm going to start a leader here because this fabric may decide to pull under, and we don't want that. And I know a lot of people use leaders and enders, and I've just not really got the hang of it. And I'm going to do an ender this time as well. Yeah, I've got a little box over here that's got like the selvage and stuff that I use. When I'm doing projects like this, if I need something that will have a leader and an ender, and I know I could have used the same one, but I had to get my iron heated up because making these little flying geese, you have to press that out. And I came just completely unprepared, I guess. My goodness, I can't find anything apparently. I am hoping this is going to be quick for you guys. What I'm going to do, I will do one on camera for you guys and one off camera of the M. And then for the 4 patches, I'll just do I'll show you how it's cut, not necessarily the size of the cut, because this did come out of that Advent box, so I can't give the pattern cuttings away. But let's see, today is Happy Vlogmas 21, and if my brother or sister-in-law or somebody is watching in my family, tell my brother I said happy birthday, old man. You are getting old, just like me, so I don't want to hear it. I know I'm 6 years older than you. I don't want to hear it. Oh, I'm almost 6. I'm only 5 now. Because you getting old. You getting old, buddy. I love you, brother. I hope you have a fabulous birthday. Let's see, I'm 52, so that makes you... Oh, you 46? 47. You 47 this year. I think. Y'all, I don't know the age. I was so young when he was born, it's hard for me to remember. I was 5, almost 6. I would have turned 6 the year after he was born. So somebody can math that for me if they want to. He's either 46 or 47. Okay, he's 47. Because that would put us 5 years apart right now. He was born when I was 5. And there's a funny story that goes along with that. When my little brother was born, my sister got to stay with we could stay with our aunt and uncle, Aunt Betty and Uncle Wayne, if we wanted to. When Mama and Daddy came home from the hospital, literally Christmas Day. And, you know, that was the best present we could have. Oh, my goodness. He come home. I think it was Christmas Day that he came home. I was so little, I don't really remember. But I do know he came home in a Christmas stocking. Just like my daughter did, and just like my daughter's son did. And, oh, that was fabulous. You know, at 5 years old, babies are fabulous. And, oh, I was going home with Mama and Daddy because I just had to be there with my brother, my baby brother. I had to be there. And... because, I mean, y'all think about it. He, brand new baby, fabulous. I was just in awe. I was in awe. Until we got there. And I don't know what I thought babies did. Because I had been the baby for 5 years. I had no clue what babies did. Well, he did nothing. Nothing. He was very boring. I needed a baby that did something. Where is my... there it is. So I remember it was a Wednesday night. And my daddy was getting ready to go to church. And I had asked him to take me back to Aunt Betty and Uncle Wayne's. Now, granted, we didn't live extremely close to one another. It was a decent little drive, you know. When I say decent, you know, it was a good 40-minute drive. But I wanted to go to Aunt Betty's and Uncle Wayne's. Because that baby didn't do nothing but sleep and cry. There was nothing I could do with that baby. I was so excited. I thought it was just amazing. I had me a little brother, you know. I was so happy. But he wasn't doing nothing. He was just sleeping. And I didn't want that. I wanted a baby that did something. Well, my daddy was getting ready to go out to church. And that baby wasn't doing nothing. And I had told my daddy I wanted to go back to my Aunt Betty's house with my sister. My older sister. The one now to this day that we are always together. And my daddy told me he had to go to church. That he couldn't take me then. So I told him I would just walk. Now, granted, it's 40-something minutes driving. And my daddy was like, okay, go ahead, go walking. He didn't think I would. I took my suitcase. I done packed my suitcase. I was going to my Aunt Betty's house. And because Mama didn't do anything either. You know, Mama stayed in bed with the baby. And I took my little old suitcase, and luckily we didn't live on the main road. But I got out on that road with my suitcase, and I was walking to my Aunt Betty's house. And I was almost to the end of the road when my daddy headed out to church. And he had to take me back to the house and let my mama know that he was taking me back to Aunt Betty's. Because I was going. I was determined. I was going. And, yeah. So, 47 years ago today, in the evening time now, I was trucking it on the road like a bag lady. I had my suitcase in hand. I was going to my Aunt Betty's house, and if she's watching this, she knows what I'm talking about. Because at Aunt Betty's house, y'all, at Christmas time, there was always candy to be ate. And, oh my goodness, Aunt Betty, you know, and I will never live up to be like my Aunt Betty was. Never. I wish I did. I wish I was. But Aunt Betty always made the holidays so special for us as kids. I think she was just the decoy so Daddy could go put the Mom and Daddy could put the presents out. Because every Christmas, we would always go to Aunt Betty's house on Christmas Eve. So maybe my little brother came home on Christmas Eve. But every Christmas Eve, after we'd opened our presents at Aunt Betty's house, Daddy coming down the doorsteps, he'd be like, is that Rudolph? Now, granted, yeah, we live on an airport strip or a fly zone where they fly right above our house, because the airport is right. The airport is probably about, if you just cut straight through, about 10 miles to the west of where we lived, or where my aunt lived. And as kids, let me tell you, that was the highlight of our day, to think that Rudolph and Santa Claus were going over our house. Because, you know, the airplanes have the blinking red lights. Rudolph's nose always blinked. So, yes. There are stories to tell. Stories to tell about Rudolph and Christmas Eve. And then, my goodness, they come out with that song, Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. Oh, my goodness. So we watched out for the reindeers and Mama to make sure she didn't get run over by no reindeer. Yeah, when I make flying geese, they never come out straight. I don't know why. So it makes it a little difficult to put them together. Like this one here is wanting to curve upwards. I just do them the best I can and put them together the best I can. And I follow the edge of the fabric of the straightest one. But yeah, so today is my little brother's 47th birthday. Ain't none of us getting younger, brother. None of us are. Many things have changed since then. You know, since 47 years ago. Okay, so y'all notice I am pressing every single piece. That is just because it's easier for me if I press as soon as I sew it. Now, I am never really good at these flying geese, so what I'm doing, I am assembling the center piece of my M. But I am so looking forward to Christmas Eve when my babies come to my house. Oops, I didn't put my ender there. I'll go on and sew it on. And I will have to make this a quick video because they have been working on my daddy's roof. And I want to go check it out because they worked on it yesterday and worked on it today. And I think I went and saw my aunt today. I got some shirts that were my uncle's shirts, and y'all will see what I'm going to do with those. So now I have the center of my M, and y'all, I'm just chit-chatting here, and we are, you know, I really can't show you much about the pattern. I can't tell you the sizes or anything, but I can show you what it looks like when I'm sewing. And we have two of these. These are our outside pieces, or our legs of our M. So I'm going to go ahead and sew both of those at the same time. For some reason, this is why I don't do leaders and things too much, because they get hung up in things. Because I don't trim all the threads and all that. So I have two of these that I have to do. So I'm going on and doing both of them. So this will be both of our legs of our M. And I'm just showing you how to do the one block at a time here. But like I said, I'm only going to do one on camera for you because we don't want this to be too long. We want y'all to have a great Saturday. This is also our Sew Along Saturday. And we had gotten our little pumpkin charms done last week, which you can see the tail of it right there. I have it hanging right there so I can go on and quilt it and bind it. I hope to have it done before Christmas Eve for when my grandbabies come. I can have both of them a little Christmas quilt to take naps with if they get too tired. So I need to press both of these. But let's see. Today was wasn't a busy day. I was supposed to be recording all day today. You'll probably see from yesterday's video, I got the same shirt on and I look the same. This is what happens when I don't get up and do makeup and all that. But the one thing I could say, at least I don't smell. I did get up and take my shower this morning. And my sister messaged me at about 5:30, almost 6 o'clock. And I hadn't even blow dried my hair yet. I was kind of letting it air dry on its own. And she wanted to know if I was up yet. Well, yeah, I was up. I was up. So, air dry hair. And she and I went on to Cracker Barrel, and you saw that in my video yesterday. We enjoy, that's another one of my blessings. If we're going to talk about blessings, you know, this time of year, everybody always says, you know, count your blessings. What are you thankful and grateful for? And one of my biggest blessings is my sister. Because sometimes she is my only connection to the outside world other than work. I mean, you know, we always have work. And that's okay. But sometimes she's the only connection I have to adulthood, I guess. Not saying that I don't love it when I have my grandbabies. I do. I absolutely love it. And that is the reason I am recording so much this weekend. And y'all will probably see me in the same shirt in several more videos. Because I have a lot of projects I want to record, and I'm trying to do them all today. And yes, I've already taken a nap too today, so it's gonna be okay. I'm not overdoing it. I've gone and had my sister and I went and had our breakfast, and being that I had gotten up so early, I knew I was gonna have to nap, because I always do. I like taking naps though. What we did was, she and I went and we had breakfast, and she needed to go do some other shopping, but I needed to get back home because I was cutting this out, and I had a Zoom call that I had to be part of at, oh, I didn't do my end. Okay, it don't matter because I'm done with this piece that I had to be at today. It was my last health coach call today, the last health coach call ever, because I'm not doing their extended program anymore. I figured this part was enough, and I feel like I got enough information to do it on my own, and I still have access, you know, to the information that I used. So look, guys, a beautiful. Now, the pattern said just a red and a green, and it called for a fat quarter or equivalent. Well, it looked like they did fat eighths, but just did it the whole width of fabric. And that, I guess they call it a fat quarter, but I just chose one, and hopefully that will be the fabric for all of my lettering. I hope it is, because if it's not, that's going to be bad. It's going to look bad. But what I did was, I have one fat eight, doubled, a fat quarter, I guess, and I'm going to do all of my lettering the same color, or the same pattern. And here I have both of them done. Wonderful magic of recording, isn't it? So our next thing is, we are going to be taking our red strips and our green strips. We are going to be sewing them together. I will sew one and then bring you back once I have them all done to show you what we're doing. I just make sure that that edge is lined up at the very top, because I can follow it all the way down. Because since both of them are the same width, I can tell if I need to do any adjusting on it. I'm ready to get my AccuQuilt kind of cleaned back off because that's where I have a lot of quilts on that need to be finished, and projects and stuff are laying on it. So I can't really get to it right now. But that is part of my goal of my 2 weeks off, is to get my office back into shape. And who knows, here and there I may just feel like I need to throw a video together for you guys, and I may, you know, push off a video to throw you another video, or you may have 2 videos some days. Who knows? And what I'm doing is, I can tell when I'm holding this that it needs to be lined up a little bit. Uh-oh, my thread broke. 1 second, let me get it rethreaded. Okay, that took no time there. I had noticed earlier that my Aurifil thread was not doing so good. I think these must have been an old batch that I had gotten. I don't know, but the thread is tearing or breaking real easy. Now, I've changed my needle because I thought maybe it was my needle. I've cleaned my machine. I thought maybe it could have been something with that. I don't know what's going on. But I had another spool that the closer it got to the end of the spool, that it started doing that. And this one is down past half of the spool. But here we have the one, and I'm going to show you what I'm doing. Now, the way it said to cut it out was, I was supposed to cut these 12 of a certain size by length of fat quarter, which was 18-inch strips. But if I cut it one way, if I cut it length, it would have only been 9 inches. But so that may have that may affect it. I don't know. But we're going to see what it does. And I don't know that it says which direction to press. I don't see it. But I'm going to press it to the red side. Now, have y'all seen that handy little gadget to do bindings with? Ava at Stitch and Faith had showed it to me before. But I have a way I do my binding already that is almost exactly like that. And I thought, well, that's just one more thing I have to keep up with in my tiny space. But y'all, I know it works wonders. And I can't, it's like a binding buddy, I think is what it's called. So here we go. What I do though, when I press, I know you can't see it because I'm not really turned down on my table. So you can't see really what I'm doing. That's a long strip getting caught up in my iron. Try not to stretch your fabric. So I'm pushing it up. That's a long piece of fabric, and my little roundabout isn't that big. So now that I have these two pressed, I am going to fold it in half, and I am going to cut that center. I need bigger scissors to cut that, so let me get it where I'm not holding it so high up in the sky. There we go. That way we got our, I'm guessing, 18-inch strips, if not pretty close. So the next thing I have to do is start trimming these. And let me see. It shows me how to do my horizontal line and how I have to trim it. So to do on the horizontal line, you take a straight line on your ruler that goes side to side, and you lay it on that center seam. And I don't have you where I can turn you down. And you just cut that end off. Then after you cut that end off, you turn, I'm going to turn the fabrics because it's just easier for me to do it like that. And then you do a vertical line, the line that goes up and down for that size that you need and the size that I need. And I still line those, the horizontal up also. I just do it because it's just good practice. So guys, I'm going to get these cut and I will be right back with you. All right, so I get quite a few of these out of one 18-inch section. So what I'm going to do is show you how to do the 4-patch. That's a lot tinier than I thought it was going to be. I don't know how small this quilt is going to be, but I am going to show you how to do this, and I won't show you, but on the one, you don't want to sit here and watch me do all of this, but y'all know how to do the 4-patch. You just make sure that middle seam right there nests, and you can tell it's just perfectly smooth all the way across. And let me make sure we want the green, let's see, green on top left, green on top left. So this is the direction I am doing it. And y'all, I did go ahead and do a sneak peek. This is a pretty pattern. It is so Christmassy, so festive. And this is going to be our 4-patch. I'm not going to do all 84 of them and then cut it out. What I'm going to do is the one. I'm only going to do the one. And I'll show you how I did it. Let me press it out so you can see. Now, these are the fabrics that I chose for this. So all of my little 4-patches are going to be exactly the same. Let me make sure they are the right size. Okay, so this come out the right size. And this is what our little 4-patch is going to look like. Now, once again, I will make 84 4-patch units. So that's going to be a lot, but it's when you see what these go to, it is so pretty. So pretty. So guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope I didn't keep you too long out of your Saturday and your festivities and your sewing. And if you're just sewing today, grab you a cup of hot chocolate or a nice warm drink, a little apple cider maybe, and, you know, just enjoy the season, the time you have, the peace and quiet. We don't get enough of that sometimes. And I am going to be enjoying that really soon because right now it's just me. And I'm sewing. My husband does not work off until Christmas Eve, but he said he's probably going to have to work over because it's Christmas and a lot of people take off, and he's the one that always picks up the shifts, so he won't be in for Christmas again this year. I don't think he's ever in for Christmas, but I mean, that it is what it is. It's the nature of the beast. He prefers he doesn't like the holiday season. He doesn't like Christmas. It's not that he don't like Christmas. He don't like the idea of gifts and all of that. He's not a very good gift giver. So, and he thinks it's a waste of money. But, you know, we like to give gifts to each other to show our love for each other and to meet a need possibly. And so I hope you are enjoying your holiday season. If it is doing nothing but sitting in that recliner with your feet propped up, a nice little drink, something warm to keep you cozy. And if you're in warmer temperatures like we are, we were up to 70, now we're down to 50. It's supposed to be back up to 80. by the weekend, I think. It's just awful. Awful, awful. I don't like this weather. I like the season. I'm not crazy about the weather. But, you know, I mean, it could be worse. We could be having tornadoes or hurricanes or any number of things. So I'm just appreciative of the kind of weather we do have. I can get outside. But give me a thumbs up if you have not yet. Subscribe. Click on that notification bell so you don't miss a thing here. We are going to still be doing a lot of interesting things. It's very possible after the first of the year, I will cut back on the videos. I said that last year, but I never did. I actually ramped them up, if nothing else. But this is something I do enjoy doing and sharing with you guys. So give me that thumbs up, like, subscribe, comment. I do respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day and a very Merry Christmas. Goodbye, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 22.